Hello, space dogs. Oh, look what I did. I started and I didn't reset all of my things, and so now everything is slightly off in the It would figure that last stream of the year I would forget a step, right? And blow it. Well, anyway, happy almost 2023. Unless you're on the other side of the world and living in the future, in which case, Happy New Year, and warm it up for me. Keep it warm for me. I'll be there in a few hours. But let me tend to this real quick. Always something. Let's go through and do all the things. One moment. There we go. All fixed. There's this whole like little routine I have to go through before I start a stream, where you like go through and reset each one of the sources, because that will sync them up with each other first of all, and then the overhead camera always needs its exposure setting reset. It saves it, but it doesn't. It saves its setting, but it doesn't use it. You basically have to go in and you check auto, and then you uncheck auto, and then it uses the setting that I had actually set for it. Otherwise, it comes up pretty dark. And then the game capture window, it always does something weird, like pretty much every time, and you just have to kind of punch it until it decides that it's going to be the right size. And then although I will say in this case, that's the first time I've seen it do that, where it was both like too short and too narrow. Usually it's just too narrow, and you let it get a little bit of green over on the right hand side, but in this case it was both. So, you know, fun times. Would have been nice to round out the last stream of the year without any problems, although I guess, you know, I at least started on time, despite rushing a little bit. I went out to grab some lunch, and I'm kind of regretting my decision, because I can definitely just feel it, like, kind of just hanging out there in my belly, and I know as soon as I start playing, I'm gonna be like, oh, that was a bad idea. It was delicious though. I had some spicy noodles, and some soup, and it was very good, but it's going to be, well, it's gonna be very blobby in my belly for the first I don't know, half hour or so probably. So I'll have to take it a little bit easy so I don't like keel over or something. Anyway, so Yaladre, yeah, you know, I think I am still working on seeing if we can pick up Pro 1 and 2, and also Double X, and then whatever the new version's going to be next year. But while I could probably do those I think I'm gonna go ahead and break here, and now that we since we're at the new year, I figure let's go ahead and move on to something else, because I can always come back. And so hopefully we'll be able to revisit this and pick up, like I said, Pro 1 and 2, the ones that I skipped over in this series, and then if we can get, if I don't think I'm gonna be able to get if you've tuned in the last few times, I've been talking about what I was hoping would happen with Double X. We are working on a way to get it to work with this monitor. I think that probably will happen, although it has not happened yet. So that's kind of a that's still up in the air, but I think I feel about 90% confident that it will probably work. But the issue is, I'll try and make this as short as possible. I really don't want to pay full price for Double X and whatever the next version are going to be, basically in quick succession. Presumably the next version is going to come out sometime, maybe spring, maybe summer next year. But that being said, like, if I buy Double X now, that's like $2,000, right, or whatever it is, and then by 2023, like 6 months later, drop that kind of money again. Like, that's just a little more than I really want to spend on it. So I had contacted some people hoping that maybe I could get a discount on one of them. Yeah, the Double X kit, for sure. Like, I fully intend to, like, get it. I just, assuming that I'm able to play it, which I should know soon. But I don't want to spend quite that much money on both of them. So probably what I'm going to end up doing is just waiting for the new version to come out, buy that kit new, and then pick up Double X used from somebody who's upgrading to the new one. And usually, if I don't get it from, if I don't get it used, either get it used or get it from Andamiro, because they oftentimes will mark it down after mark it down after it the new version comes out too. So, I mean, the unfortunate part of that is I won't get to play Double X. I likely will not get to play Double X online on my own cabinet, but I should be able to play the new one. So, it is what it is. But I guess the at the end of the day, basically what I'm saying is playing Double X online on my own cabinet for 3 to 6 months, is that worth $1,000 to me? Probably not. So anyway, yeah. What you want to get the Prime 2 hard drive you take to the arcade? Yeah. I mean, that's when I got my Prime 2 hard drive, was once Double X came out. People started selling their Prime 2 drives, and so I picked one up used, and that's what that's what I've been playing on these past few streams. But usually used, you can get it for, depending on when you get it. It's so weird because it does kind of like a backward bell curve, right? Because like when the new game first comes out, it's still, the old version is still kind of high, and then it seems to like drop off for a while. and then eventually it kind of picks back up as they get a little bit more rare, at least sometimes. But anyway, how the U-Beat capture setup work also. Capture hand cam. Yeah, I haven't decided yet, honestly, how I'm gonna do U-Beat. How did I do Technica? That's probably the closest thing to what U-Beat's going to be that I've already done, in as much that the controller is also the screen, so to speak. Yeah, I honestly have not put any effort into it yet at all. And that's probably what I'm going to be working on over the next couple of days, and then we'll be back in 2023. And we'll be, and I'll do and I'll just start U-Beat. Oh, what was it? Yaladre was asking how long this series has been. I believe a few streams ago I looked it up, and it looks like I started Pump back in May. So I've been doing this over half this year. And that's why I'm thinking, even though I've got a few games that I could still play, the fact that I'm at a good stopping point. I've basically gotten to where I was originally planning to get to, because my whole plan was to start with first Dance Floor and go all the way to Prime 2. So I've done it. So I guess I succeeded in my goal. There's a few things that I might get to add on, but like I said, I can just add them on. So we can always come back to this in a little while, because I think I'm ready to move on. I know a lot of other people are ready to move on, and would not ITG Pump count? You mean Pump Pro and Pro 2? Yeah, I was talking about that just a minute ago. So the games that I did not play would be Pro 1, Pro 2, Pump It Up Jump, LOL, if you want to count that, and Double X. So those are the four games, the four Pump It Up games that exist, that I did not play in this series. But I mean, you could probably make an argument for a few other, like, minor offshoot variation games and stuff like that, different versions of stuff. But as far as, like, main recognizable games, I think those are the four. It's like saying Stepmania's DDR 10th mix. Stepmania's been around longer than that, though. I feel like. But anyway, so yeah, I think once we get into you got everything important. Yeah, that's how I feel. And I did not when I started this, I wasn't really necessarily intending on playing all the songs in every single game, but that's what I ended up doing, which is why these last 2 or 3 games I've ended up having to stream 3 and even 4 times just to get through everything, because they're so big. But it's been fun, and it's nice. I can kind of check a box for my own personal gratification. Be like, played all songs and Pump It Up, done. Yeah, Yellow Dre. I do not see myself getting a Step Maniacs cabinet. I think they're nice. I just don't. I don't see that happening. Where I mean, I'm already at the point where I would have to get rid of a cabinet to add something new, and there are definitely there are other games I'd rather have than Step Maniacs. Nothing against Step Maniacs. It's just it's one of those. It's close enough to 3 games I've already got, basically, since I have the 2 DDR cabinets and Pump It Up, that I don't really necessarily I wouldn't necessarily prioritize that. If I have another if I made space for another cabinet, it would probably be something else. But anyway, all right. Well, as I recall, I got through all the K-pop songs on the last stream. You know, I didn't make a point of looking to see what number I ended with. I probably could have / should have done that. Although I can probably guess, but I'm gonna look real quick. Your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like I'm in the. I jumped back to toward the end. It looks like I'm in the requests there. Oh yeah, definitely. I actually played a lot of requests. I forgot. "68 mixes spanning 50 different hardwares." Feels like that sometimes. Ah, okay, I found it. And yes, it would have been reasonably obvious. But let's get started, I guess.
Hello, everyone.
So this was where I ended up. So we're ready for this song. And I think I kind of want to take it easy for just a second so that I don't like hurt myself, given that I ate a little too close to starting this. So I guess the question is, which is taking it easier, doing a single 11 or a double 4? Let's say heck with it. Just do it. Alright, this might have been a little too easy. I love that this is all literally just stuck in the middle. Like, you know, half doubles. This is like a quarter double. I mean, this is practically one of those, like, sideways floor-panel charts in mission mode or whatever. Is it ever gonna break out of this middle? I don't think it is. Oh, there it goes. Three whole steps, not in the middle four panels. Two fists? You mean like
Wow,
4 out of 10?
Wow, new record.
Way to reduce your fractions. Good job.
Next stage.
Well, that was certainly something. My stomach is telling me I should do the single 7, but my boredom is telling me to do the 12, the double 12. So hopefully this is not regret.
그건 그 누구도
Alright, well,
Yeah,
I can definitely feel the food just like sloshing around down there.
record.
I don't feel barfy, which is good, but that's definitely not, it's definitely uncomfortable.
Next stage.
So anyway, this is saying January 2019 was Double X, but then the online service for Prime 2 ended in March. So maybe I would get 2 or 3 months out of Double X if I bought a used kit at the time that the new game came out. And you're asking,
All tunes. K-pop, world music.
so world music? Yeah, this is in world music.
World music.
It's in J music. Have that.
J music. New tunes. J music. World music. K-pop original. All tunes. J music.
So you're right. Looks like one whole J music.
World music. All tunes. World K-pop original. Cross. All tunes. J music. New tunes.
Oh no. Screwed that whole part up. Good job, me. Just kidding.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record.
Well, so I have a feeling what happened, if you look at, like, Prime 1 had a whole Japanese version. Like, so they tried to, you know, launch Pump It Up in Japan and make it a whole thing. Clearly it didn't go anywhere. So, because I think, I don't know how many cabinets they actually built or how many and sold into Japan. But I think almost all of them have ended up in the United States at this point, because nobody really wanted them. And I have a feeling the one J music song in Prime 2 was probably they had started working on it, and they thought maybe, you know, they'd do Prime 2 Japan edition, and then when it was pretty clear that they were like, nope, that's a dead thing, that's not happening, they were like, okay, fine, and they just stopped. They'd already categorized that one, but then they were like, forget it. Now, why they didn't take that one and drop it into world music with everything else, I don't know, but that's what we get. I feel like DDR is at least mildly more successful in Korea than
everyone.
Pump It Up has ever been
From now on,
in Japan. Although, as you might imagine, Pump It Up is definitely more prevalent in Korea than DDR is. Yeah. I mean, they could have, certainly. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, especially considering that we are on, like, the last update of Prime 2. So if they had wanted to fix it, they could have fixed those categories, those categorizations, by this point. But I don't know. Clearly, clearly they just stopped caring. That's pretty fun.
yeah! I knew you could do it! Wow! New record!
Wouldn't be Pump without the jank. Yeah, but you know, it adds character.
Next stage!
It's you know, it's part of its lovable personality, being a little bit busted and kind of weird. Wonky half the time. It'd be funny if this was the whole chart.
Wow, you're awesome! Wow, new record! Next stage.
Oh boy. Test myself. Maybe a little later in the stream. Oops. Oh, jeez. I actually would like to try the 14, but I think that would result in a very bad outcome right now. I'm working on just trying to hold everything together still at this point. Even that, a lot of the stuff that I missed there, it was just kind of like, oh, if I move that fast, it's going to be a bad time, so I didn't. But yeah, maybe a little bit later on. But yeah, Spinzer. I'm glad they kept him in there. The classic pump it up spins. Good stuff. I also have not played any O2 Jam. At least not that I recall. If I did, it was so long ago that I've forgotten.
Hello, everyone. Oh, no.
Yeah, Regen, you know, it occurs to me in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, there are so many crossovers between all of the games. It's just crazy to see, like, which songs show up in which games these days. And clearly, like, they cross, like, manufacturer boundaries all the time. Nowadays. Which is fun. Has this been a half double so far, has it? Nope. There we go. I always wonder though, on these songs that are like half double until, you know, like 3/4 of the way through or something like that. I wonder why they decided to go ahead and break it. Yeah, like that one had, what, maybe 5 steps outside of the half double area? So it's like...
Yeah! I
why?
do it! Wow! New record! Next stage! So,
Vaporwave, do I have a favorite step skin? You know, I always used to play with old version skin, which is, you know, just like the flat red and blue. Yeah, set old note skin. I always used to play with this. I used to know the step code for it, but I've forgotten it in a while. At this point. But in this series, I've just been like letting it play with a default skin. So, oh, are there no more step codes for skins? Interesting. I wonder why that is. As I recall, the skin step codes were kind of complicated, so it's not like I would expect them to have to be interfering with anything, unless they just decided, we don't want to do that anymore. But anyway, I always used to play with this skin. I don't know if it's my favorite, but oh, of course. But yeah, I don't know if I would say that's my favorite. I don't even remember why I started using that particular skin. I think it's because I learned that code back on Exceed 2, and it was kind of fun to enter, because you could like do it as a spin. It wasn't an obvious spin, but that's how I always did it. And I enjoyed doing it, so, but... I honestly haven't even really been paying that much attention to the skins, but I do remember the Prime 1 skin being, like, it looks like, it has a lot of like little points in it, like it was like a lighted sign, but you know, lit with little LEDs or whatever, almost like pixels. I thought that was kind of cool. That was memorable, although like also relatively recent. So that may be why I'm remembering it. was actually really fun. That was a good one.
Wow, you're awesome! Wow, new record! Game over.
All right, let me catch up here a little bit, chat-wise. Da 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 da. Yeah, actually, that does make sense, Regen. Like, if there's... It would be kind of, it might be kind of unreasonable to have a specific step code for every version, now that there's, you know, like, 20 of them or whatever. Unless they all, like, started the same and then, you know, ended with a different panel. I guess that would get you 10. Or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. Although, I mean, they could keep they could keep any of the ones that existed, you know, up to that point. Like the code of old version skin, the one that I always used to use. If I remembered the code, I would try it, but I don't remember it anymore, and I'm too lazy to look it up. But yeah, that makes sense. Certainly any mods that have been added since the menu came into being, I would not necessarily expect them to bother making codes for. But any that existed prior to that, why not? Adrian likes the Fiesta 2 skin. Vaporwave, you like Prime 1 with me, that's cool. Regen likes the NX 1 and 2 skins. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, I can't really think of too many that I thought were bad. I will say that, like, the weird, like, the skins that aren't arrows, those really screw me up. So, like, the soccer ball skin, I have a lot of trouble with. Flower card, I have a lot of trouble with. You know, all the ones that are not arrows for whatever reason. You would think that I have played this game enough that, like, I would understand the arrows based on their column position, but that definitely doesn't happen for some reason. I definitely I definitely have trouble reading the non-arrow skins. But let's see. Cat Despira, hello. Fancy seeing you here. Welcome in. I feel like, I don't know, long-time listener, first-time caller, something like that. But it's good to see you. You want one for your fitness room? Yeah, I definitely. I have a feeling that I would say probably 80% of my physical activity comes in the form of some kind of a music game. I tend to get a little bored with more typical exercise things like walking or running. I'm trying to think if I've ever had a gym membership. I don't think that I have. Now, if the gym had DDR Pump It Up, that would be a different story. But I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it to a stream. Let's see. Use the rectangle arrow skin and pretend you're playing Beatmania. I have a feeling that I would fail miserably doing that, but maybe, I don't know. I've never tried. You think they keep codes minimal to prevent people accidentally inputting them? As I recall, most of the codes, like in later versions of the game, most of the codes were relatively unlikely to be hit by accident. But what do I know? Until watch the vid you posted in the off-topic channel. Okay, I will check it out after the stream. I have a lot to catch up on anyway. Have I seen the extra skins? There's one that's Snowman and one that's Poops. Poops, amazing. Should be a game which has you use less than 4 panels on a DDR PIU pad. Well, if you recall, what do you call? DDR Solo had a 3-panel mode. Just saying, that was a thing. It used the upper 2 corners and the down. Have I played the Japanese version of DDR Extreme? Are you asking me, Adrian? Yes, of course I have. Or are you asking someone else in the chat? Oh, you want me to watch that video before the end of the stream? Okay, I will check it out. Dance 86.4 is a 3-panel. I've never gotten to play that one. Yeah, I'm with you on Regen. I don't get along great with Solo. I think the I think that what do you call? I think that Solo, I love the music in Solo, and I think the game is fine. I am I find the 6-panel charts to be very awkward. I don't really, I didn't really enjoy them, but I also will admit that I have not played them enough, I think, to get used to them. So I probably don't have. I probably don't have a very fair opinion of it. Which 6 panels, half doubles, or solo? Oh, so. Oh, do I like 6-panel half doubles or do I like 6-panel solo? I find so half doubles I love. I love half doubles. I think they're fun as heck. It's the solo 6 panels that I think are weird. It's those transitions between the corner arrows and the side arrows. I think they're a little bit. It just feels. It feels awkward to me. Maybe it feels awkward just because I don't. I'm not used to it. But I don't know. Whereas I think, and I've said this on several streams before, like the arrangement of the arrows in Pump, I think flow very nicely, and it makes the charts fluid and fun. Like it makes streams really fun, more so than DDR, in my opinion. And I think that adding 2 more panels to the DDR arrangement doesn't make it flow better. It makes it flow worse. And so, you know, if I was choosing between the 2 games, DDR and Pump, I would choose Pump. And Solo makes me choose Pump even more, is what I'm getting at. But, I don't know. But like I said, I haven't spent a ton of time with Solo. I've probably played, you know, a grand total of 6 games of Solo in my life. So I don't think I've really given it a fair chance, and I'll admit that. But of course, I don't really get much of an opportunity to play it either, right? Because it's not like they're very common. What about 3-panel mode of Solo 2000? Well, yeah, we were talking about that just a second ago. I tried that maybe once. It seems fine, I guess. But, again, I just don't have enough experience with it to have much of an opinion. Go play Techno Motion if I think more panels... The more panels, the better. Well, I mean, I am wearing that shirt today, right? More panels, more better. But I guess it's not just more, because I don't know. Unfortunately, Technomotion is the same way. I haven't really gotten a chance to play it, so I don't have an opinion of it. But I will say, what was it? That stupid GameCube game. Why can't I think of what it's called now? The one I played for April Fool's. Was that last year or 2 years ago now? I don't even remember. Which had like an 8-panel mode, which was absolutely not fun at all. But quite frankly, even the 4-panel mode of that game wasn't fun because it was just bad. It was just a bad game. So more is definitely not better by default. But you still gotta do something good with it. Yeah, the center out to the outer circle. Yeah, but there was a specific game that I played, and I can't think of what it was called. It was MC Groove's Dance something or other. It was like the most bootleg, like it was bad. It was not a good game. I think that's the only that's the only yeah, MC Groove's Dance Craze. Thank you. If I recall, that is the only dance game stream that I was drinking on, and I will tell you that I did not drink enough. I did not drink enough to make that game good, because it was not good. But I've said this on stream before. You're talking about having an 18 panel mode, so like two 9-panel stages together as doubles. I always wanted to have to do 18 panel as DDR and pump together, because like you can see in this, you can see here, right? It would actually work out interesting. Like it would make a good transition, because you've got the two corners here, right? And then you got the DDR, you know, in the middle there. I would love someday to try and you know, rig together some kind of an 18 panel chart that traverses both stages. The only problem that I have is the way my cabinets, or the way my stages are set up. There is about a, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch height difference. Pump sits up a little bit higher than DDR, so I would definitely like catch my foot making the transition between DDR and pump. I would have to jack up the legs on DDR a little bit more in order to smooth this out and make it not like instant death. Instant face plant. But I think it'd be fun if you could sync the two monitors together and get a 10-panel scroll on one and the 8-panel scroll on the other, and then traverse back and forth between the two. It would certainly be unique. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do anything like that. All right, let's see. Let's get back into the game. I caught up with the chat, so.
Hello, everyone.
I talked so long, I forgot where I was. This looks right. Oh, when is this gonna hit? There we go. Hey, Rhythm Bro. And Adrian, you said you passed this one on S14? Congratulations. Actually, I'm not being a smartass about that. Seriously. Good job. But 14 is kind of like the top end of what I could do on a good day when I didn't eat lunch too soon before I started playing. So we're just gonna push that one to the side for a little while.
All TIU. All tunes.
You could pass up to S23? Yeah, definitely congratulations. I don't see myself ever getting that far.
Wow, you're awesome! Wow, new record!
And yeah, Inteleon, my plan is to move to UB in the new year. I'll probably come back to Pump at some point, because I was saying earlier, there's a few games that I didn't do that if I get an opportunity to, which I think is probably going to happen, I'd like to do them. It just, I figure now's a good time to break it since we're right at the new year, and I've made it to my original goal, which was to get through Prime 2, so there you go. Oh, alright, let's see. Let's try a 13. See if my stomach is ready for this. All right, getting there.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record.
Let's see, what are we? An hour and 20 in. And I don't feel like I'm gonna see my lunch again, so that's nice.
Game over.
The Magic Box game. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna make an appearance. Yeah, Chinese. Yeah, Chinese bootleg games. Fun times. Teleon, is 2DX ever gonna come to boss battle? I don't know. I wouldn't count on it. It's a big cabinet. They don't have a lot of space, and I can think of a lot of games that a lot more people would play. But other than that, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like 2DX, and I would love to see it there too. But I just I wouldn't say never, but I definitely would not expect that to be even in the top 10. But top 10 of like games maybe coming soon. As far as ripples, talk to Termazi about that. He might do it. And you're not going to trigger me telling me to put an HD screen in this cabinet. I'm just going to tell you no again. That's all that's really going to happen. I just don't wanna, okay? This old Cortec and I have a lot of history together.
Hello, everyone.
Is this a is this an ITG shirt? Not really. It's more panels, more better. I wouldn't say ITG has more panels, but you can interpret it how you like. Oh yeah, so I was at an arcade earlier this week actually, and I measured. Yeah, I know it has like the same like what do you call it? Simply whatever font, but. Yeah, that had a
You can do it.
distinct lack of girls driving cars for a Eurobeat song. Always disappointing, but you know, it's not 2DX.
Next stage.
I guess technically, it's not just girls driving cars, it's girls racing cars, specifically, right?
All through the PRIME2.
Rhythm Bro, you said you didn't know NATO made songs for Pump It Up? Yeah, didn't you hear NATO's new slogan? It's like, we don't want to drop the bomb, we just want to drop the beat.
New record.
I wish. I wish that was true.
Next stage. All through the PRIME2.
Yikes. Okay, yeah. Dropping beats only. Only dropping beats. Make love, not war. No bombs. Yikes. Alright, how many? I feel like I'm getting close to the end on these, yeah? Yeah, I know what you're referencing. Drop the Bomb on DDR. And I do like that song, to be fair.
Hello, everyone.
As I recall, lyrically, it is kind of it's kind of an anti-war song, isn't it? I'd have to think about that now. Rhythm Bros going off the rails here.
Next stage.
Erasmus. Hey, hello. Alright, I was gonna look to see how many more I've got, right?
Original.
About 16. Okay. So I've got a ways still. Alright. Yeah, so the last two sets, I keep remembering that I'm supposed to go check the Discord, so I will do that after this set. Both of the last two sets, I like started the first song and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to look at the Discord, and then I didn't do it, and I'm like, remember to do it, and then I don't. So hopefully I will remember this time.
All tunes of PIU. All tunes.
Yay, a nice break song, I guess. Oh, missed the slowdown. Like a noob. Time for super styling. Are we there? Are we there yet? We are there. He said I'd make it look easy, and then I missed the very first step on this because I'm not paying attention. So good.
I feel I make noise by myself, can't stop you screaming that excites me. Got the music and amazing dance and superstar in me.
Is this gonna be a half double? Nope. Whoa.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record. Game over.
Am I having fun? I am having fun. I'm still mildly regretting eating lunch so soon, or so too close to starting the stream, but otherwise I am having fun. All right. Will I stream this for 4 hours total so you can make it to the fireworks? Probably not, unfortunately. I know I've got a New Year's event that I'm actually going to go to tonight, so which is unusual for me. Actually, I can't even remember the last time I went out for New Year's. New Year's is kind of a non-event for me. I'm just like, you know, toot toot, boo. And that's about enough for me. I don't even make a point of being awake or watching any of the like TV stuff. Sometimes I do, but it's not important to me anymore. It used to be, but just don't. I just don't care that much anymore. I mean, I'm happy to get to another year, but like, usually, it's not like anything, like, really changes just because it hits midnight, you know, on January 1st. So I'm like, we'll just be like, Happy New Year. We'll leave it at that. You still have 2 hours to go? Daniel? Yeah, I am. Let's see. I'm just gonna round up to 4 o'clock right now. So what does that mean? I've got about 8 hours to go. But what am I doing? We're actually going to a murder mystery tonight. So it's like a New Year's Eve murder mystery. I'm not really sure what to expect, but hopefully it'll be fun. So, but yeah, like I said, I really don't. I don't remember the last time I went out for New Year's. Maybe I probably did once. I have a vague recollection of going out, like I was at a like New Year's Eve party at some bar, like sometime in the last 10 years. Once, but I cannot. But that's as much as I can remember, and I don't really remember any other specific New Year's in the last decade or so. Like, I can remember occasionally, you know, like turning on the TV and watching the ball drop or that kind of stuff. But even then, I don't. That's not like part of my routine or tradition anymore. It used to be, but now I just kind of go on about whatever it was that I was doing, playing Xbox or something. And if I happen to look at the clock and notice that it turned midnight, I'll shout at Belinda in the other room and be like, Happy New Year! And then if she hears me, I'll hear her shout back and Happy New Year, and it's like, okay, cool, bye. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big I'm not a big holiday person, to be honest. I like Halloween. I think Halloween is fun. Otherwise, I'm not a huge holiday person. Like, if I get invited to something for a holiday, I might go, but I don't normally do anything. I don't make a point of doing anything myself. But why do I need Konami original songs? Do I need them? I don't know. Why do I need them? Is that, are you asking, is that a quiz? Or are you going to tell me? Oh, I'm supposed to look at, alright, I'm supposed to look at the Discord.
Hey guys, if you're watching this, it's almost the end of 2022, and 2023 is going to be here soon. May I hope my Dave and Buster's gets to the 3.
Okay, I got it, Inteleon. Oh, and the answer, the answer regarding Ace 3 is I cannot confirm nor deny. But while I am here on the Discord, let me plug the Discord. So if by some wild chance you are not already on the Discord, there is an invite. You are certainly welcome to join. Or you are also welcome to completely ignore me. Both are absolutely valid options. Justin says, you don't care about actual holidays either, but you do have do I have any favorite holiday themed songs, music, games, or otherwise? Gosh. I mean, there are definitely a bunch of like Christmas themed songs, right? I mean, they just exist. In fact, I would say, music, games, or otherwise. It was funny because on Christmas Eve, Belinda and I did a karaoke stream, and we sang a bunch of Christmas songs. But like, neither one of us actually likes Christmas music that much. I think we sang a total of, I don't know, maybe 8 like Christmas songs on that stream, of which two of which I actually like, 3 of which I specifically, I shouldn't say 3 of which we sang for the memes, for the lulz, right? We covered all of the songs that people hate. The Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, which personally I think that song is fine. I think it's overplayed, for sure. But like the song itself, I think is all right. And then the Whamageddon song, Last Christmas, which a lot of other people don't like, and play a game trying to avoid it, right? Again, that song, yes, I think it's overplayed. Personally, I think the song is okay. But whatever. And then the third song, which I actually do hate, which would be Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney, which I think is objectively just a bad song. In fact, on stream, I declared it the Star Wars Episode 1 of Christmas music, where, he got this technology, right? But it wasn't really ready, in the case of Star Wars Episode 1 and George Lucas, it's like all of these all of this, you know, CGI tech, right? And you know, it just doesn't, it wasn't quite good enough, and it looks weird, right? In the case of Wonderful Christmas Time, it's like this synthesizer, and all we get is this really annoying, like, bouncy, boingy, like, synthesizer bit that just drives me crazy. And then the lyrics are really trite and boring, and so anyway, so that's, for me, that's the song that I do not like. Tempo, your brother hates it as well. Yeah, I for the last, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 years, I actually keep a spreadsheet because I'm a weirdo. I keep 2 spreadsheets that are, yeah, that's the weird thing. I agree with you, Tempo. Like, I don't have a problem with Paul McCartney usually. I think he, you know, there's a lot of Paul McCartney songs I like just fine. Wonderful Christmas Time just is not one of them. I loathe that song. But, anyway, anyway, what do you call it? I lost my train of thought. That happens. Oh yeah, so I keep these 2 spreadsheets. Number 1, whenever I go to Las Vegas, I keep a spreadsheet of like every casino that I play, that I gamble at, and how much money I spent there, and how much money I won or lost there. And then I keep like a running total for the whole trip, so that by the time I'm leaving, I can tell, did I win? Did I come out ahead, or did I come out behind? And I would say I probably, I lose money, I would say probably 3 out of every 4 times I go, or maybe 4 out of every 5 times I go. I usually lose money. And usually if I win money, it's the amount of money that I win is smaller than the amount of money that I usually lose. But, you know, I always have a good time anyway. I always treat slot machines, I like to call them video games that sometimes give me my quarterback. But anyway, and then the other spreadsheet that I keep is about Wonderful Christmas Time. And so every year from Black Friday to New Year's Eve, if I happen to if I happen to hear this song, I will record, like, you know, the date and like where I heard it, and then any notes about having heard it. This year I lost the game actually at Lowe's. I was shopping for some parts to finish a project, and I heard the damn song twice. Because they played a cover of it, and then they played another song, and then they played the original version of it, and I was just like, ah! I got so mad. And anyway, Urza. Okay, I will try and remember that. And Rhythm Bro, what did you send me in the Discord? Oh, are you talking about the hurricane? That's very cute. I love it. I'm gonna simply have a wonderful Christmas time, whether I like it or not. That spreadsheet, by the way, is titled "Simply Dodging a Wonderful Christmas Time." Did I see any F2 Systems casino machines? If I did, I didn't notice. I definitely see Konami ones, but I don't really pay a ton of attention to the manufacturer all the time. You're never gonna find a Beatmania slot machine. I would love to see one of those as well. I know they actually showed a slot machine version of U-Beat at a trade show some years back. And it was called Beat Square. And I was really looking forward to that coming out, but it never did, as far as I know. But I would have played the hell out of it if it had.
Hello, everyone. From now on,
Playing well in Rhythm Mini game will get you bonus credits? I doubt it. I doubt it. It's generally not how slot machines work.
I feel like my Christmas memory. I feel like making noise by
All right.
my Christmas.
Speaking of Christmas music, here we are.
눈이 쌓여가는 거리에 지난 겨울 헤어졌던 너를 생각해 어쩌면 이제 다시 올지 몰라 쌓인 눈 밟으며 나의 모습을 떠올리고 있어 하루 종일 너를 기다렸지만 바보 같은 미소 지으며 돌아오면 아마도 지우지 누군가 네 곁에 함께하겠지 새하얀 Merry Christmas Day 하얀 눈을 맞으며 너와 함께 걸으면 함께했던 지난 겨울 다시 돌아올 순 없지만 너무 행복했어 지난 겨울 내 맘속에 간직하고 싶어 하얀 눈이 녹을 때까지 Oh my Christmas memory 간직하고 싶은 그대 이 겨울에 오직 너만 하얀 내 맘을 간직할게 Christmas Day 영원히 간직할게
yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record.
Oh no.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Next stage.
Yeah, that was definitely almost a, wanted to just get up and dance, man.
Oh, yeah, you.
And Ursa, yeah, we'll be going to a murder mystery later tonight. Hopefully I don't get murdered. I don't know if it's that kind of murder mystery, but...
Wow, you're awesome. Wow, new record.
So, Tempo, you were saying if Konami brought their rhythm game bandling machines to the US, you'd be considerably more broke. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know how many rhythm game gambling machines they really even made. Now the ones they have in Japan are different from the ones that they have here. Anyway, because like in Japan they usually have like the pachislaws, right? Like it's a very specific style of slot machine, which is different from the ones that we have here. Like if you go to an American casino, you're very likely to see Konami games, but they'll be different games. So I think I'm trying to remember. I want to say because most of the Konami slot machines that I played in the States are not really based on they're not based on like familiar Konami IP, like their games. I want to say I played a Castlevania slot once, and that's about the closest that I can remember. But otherwise, most of the Konami slot machines that I've played are all kind of generic, or they're not like they're not brands that I recognize from anything. And honestly, for the most part, they've been only okay. I haven't really loved... I can't remember any Konami... oh, wait. I want to say there was one... I think that was a Konami slot machine, but it's a much older one that that I did like. It was one that had like you know, the mechanical spinning reels. But all of the video ones that I've played, I've been kind of like whatever. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not anything remarkable, at least in my experience so far. But I haven't really played a lot very recently. Let's see, Rhythm Bro. Yeah, I talked about Step Maniacs earlier in the stream. The answer is no. If Step Maniacs is fine, but I really don't have room for another machine, and if I made room, there are other machines I'd rather have more. That was the short answer. And Daniel, yeah, I feel like Pump is yeah, if you're sensitive to flashing, then what do you call rhythm games in general, I think, are kind of a bad time for you. Not just Pump. Do I like Kyle Ward? I have never met Kyle Ward, so like I don't know from personal experience, like from seeing him post online and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, he seems like a great guy. He seems like a nice guy. I certainly don't have anything against him, but I mean, we're friends on Facebook, but you know, what does that mean? Not much. I'm friends on Facebook with a lot of people I've never met. So, Tycho. Does Tycho have flashing lights? I don't know. But I bet some of the on-screen imagery is probably kind of flashy. And Daniel, yeah, I like the background darkening. I never use that. I really like I really like backgrounds. So I don't I never do the background darkening. What's my opinion of Nevist? I have none, because I don't even know who that is. So, there you go. But all right. I feel like I've got a lot of songs left to get through and not a ton of time, so I should probably keep moving.
Hello, everyone. From now
He's a
on,
club player from South Korea. I mean, that's cool. I am not familiar with him, so, but that doesn't mean a lot. I'm pretty out of touch with the community in general. Hit Me has now kicked me. Yeah, I've been pretty lazy about hitting the credit button, haven't I? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
original.
11 more. So like 3 more games. Don't worry, I've been gentle. And these are my inside shoes. They don't go out, so they should be clean too. Oh no! Switch bots.
Wow, new record!
Go away.
Next stage.
Oops.
Next stage.
Luna, you said you wonder why the basic mode song wheel defaults to 15 and not 1. I don't know. They've all been doing that lately. The default song is not 1. They start somewhere in the middle. Who knows why? Actually, if you card in, doesn't it start you back with the song you played last? Maybe it's just some kind of goofy thing. Since you don't card in. That value gets set in a weird way. But I don't know. But I'm pretty sure Prime is like that too. As is Double X. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Wow, that run at the end was wild.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record.
Okay, I'll stop kicking through the sheet. I'm sorry. Sorry, old buddy. I didn't mean it.
Game over.
Didn't mean any harm. To be fair, that button was... I put that button in, so it's not even like its own original limb. Its own high voltage shock. Well, you know, the cabinet does run at 240 internally, so... it's got it to give. Never mind the CRT flyback. Which is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 20,000 volts. You know, good times. No harm was in the making. Correct. Okay, here we go, right? Yeah, there's a giant transformer inside the cabinet to run everything internally at 240 volts.
Hello, everyone.
to here now, right? Oh, I'm pretty sure my DDR cabinet has been through a lot worse. Since I bought this pump cabinet brand new, it's only ever been here. So it's gone through a lot less abuse, I'm sure, than my DDR cabinet, which was in public for at least a little while. Okay, 13. Just running out of gas. Just ran out of steam there.
Okay, it's good.
Still a bean.
Wow, new record. Next stage.
Yeah, I just don't have the stamina for that one. Poor me. Yeah. Can I keep up with the 12 then? Let's find out.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record.
I feel like maybe I should have gone backwards through this list. No, because then I would have been barfing. Barfing instead of winded. Oh. All right. I am going to take, even though we're pretty late in the stream, I'm going to go ahead and take a real quick break just to catch my breath and see if I can come back and attack these last few songs. Because I'm dying here otherwise. But I will be back in just a few minutes. So hang tight. We'll see you in a bit. All right, I'm back. I wasn't gone long, right? I don't think so. Anyway, oh man. I can definitely tell I'm getting toward the 3-hour mark. My legs are starting to turn into jelly.
So everyone. From now on, I will introduce...
So you're saying the very last song, this one, came over from Infinity? Maybe I remember it.
All through the PIU tunes.
Same with the song before? Yeah, well, we'll get a couple of repeats, I guess. We had that in NX era too with the pro songs, if I recall. Except they usually didn't have the same chart.
아무리 펼쳐도 들리지 않는 울리지 않는 공기
I can definitely feel my my legs going.
That's the way to go! Wow! New record! Next stage!
Oh yeah, I forgot. I turned off the main lights, the overhead lights, during the break. What happens if I turn off the video lights? Black light only. That's too dark, isn't it?
All through the PIUs.
There, maybe one light. Or how about just the indirect light? What'll that do? Still kind of dark. Alright. One light. We're having fun here. Playing around. Trying different stuff. I can't do another 13. I don't have it in me. Kill them. What a friendly sounding song. Yeah, Regen, I turned off most of the lights, but I left the black lights on for fun. Yeah, this sounds familiar. Yeah, Infinity was good, for sure. I had a lot of fun with it.
That's the way to go! Wow! New record! Game over!
Just a couple more games, I think. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough energy to be able to do requests. We'll see when I get there, but I might have to, given how long this took. I thought I had fewer songs to do, honestly. And I don't feel like I stopped and talked a long time. But maybe I did. But I was expecting to have more time at the end. Yeah, I could do a stream of requests, I suppose.
Hello, everyone. From now on, I will introduce basic control for Pump It Up. The basic controller of Pump It Up is steps. And you can also use the buttons. They look exactly the same as the steps. First, I will tell you how to choose the song. Can you see 2 blue steps? You can find the song you want to play by pressing those 2 blue steps. After you choose the song, if you press the yellow step, then you can choose the level. Please press the blue steps to choose the right level for you, and decide by pressing the yellow step. And one more press for the yellow step. Game start.
Yeah.
Ouch! Did you make a wrong
Ouch.
choice? Don't worry. Can you see 2 red steps? If you press those red steps, you can cancel it anytime. Easy, huh? Then here we go to Pump It Up. 3, 2, 1, pump!
I don't think I ever actually watched that all the way through. So cute.
All tunes.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess I'm doing the 12. So I came to a weird realization the other day. The pump arrows are unique in that, like, they can only go one place on the stage, at least per side, right? Because, like, the top right arrow, you cannot substitute it for the top left, because you can't orient it in any way that it's pointing the correct direction. And you can't really substitute it for any of the down arrows because it's the wrong color. I mean, physically, yes, of course you can, but, like, it will not look correct. Unlike DDR, where the up and down, same thing. Left and right, same thing. bounce. Yeah, that was a decent tutorial. To be honest with you, I think learning how to use the menu is probably more difficult than learning how to play the game. Like, I see people frequently get on Pump, start a game, can't really figure out how to pick a song or do anything, and then they just leave. So, the game is similar enough to, like, something that, you know, similar enough to DDR, which most people are familiar with, that they can probably figure out how to play. It's just like more people are used to using cabinet buttons to navigate the menus. And even though the newer games have cabinet buttons, it doesn't really work quite how you might expect. So yeah, I can understand how you might want it to give you a gameplay example, but I think the menu examples are probably more useful for people who actually need the tutorial.
Ever cutting crappy greedy plans. I bite off more than I chew, and I abuse everything I want with my bare hands. That person troubled me personally, but manipulation as a means of making progress. Now I can't tell you how many situations I've sullied, but I digress. Ding, 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 no, no, no.
Alright, last song. right?
Original.
Yep.
Me too.
Alright, I think I am probably going to go ahead and just leave it with this one and make this the end of the stream. Drop that D15. Man, you know, I would try it, but I'm probably going to struggle just to get through the 10, which is why I'm going to go ahead and call it here at this after this song and not do requests this time. I'm just not up to it. My legs are gonna fall off and my lungs are gonna jump out of my chest and it's gonna be a bad time. I might do a requests only stream maybe sometime in the next couple days before I tear all this down. But I did make it to the end here, so I guess I have so I like I was saying earlier, I think I am going to finish up the series with this one and move on to UB in the new year. Since we're at the new year, right? Congrats on beating all the pumps. I don't know that I beat them, but I did play them. Achievement unlocked. Man, I only get 100G for that? Man, that seems a little low. That's a lot of work for not a lot of gamer score. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I decide to do a request stream in the next couple of days before I tear all this down. I might. It might work out better if I, like, in the Discord, like, start a request list there and then just kind of work out, you know, what the set list is going to be in advance. That way I can kind of get through more stuff. That might also give me the opportunity to do more than, like, load more than one game, perhaps. You know, group all of the Prime 2 songs together, play those, and then bounce back to Prime 1, and then bounce back to, you know, Infinity or Fiesta 2 or something like that. Theoretically, I could go all the way back to NX2 pretty easily by just swapping hard drives, and that shouldn't take a ton of time. That might be something, novel to do. I wouldn't want to go further back than NX2, only because then it requires me to swap out the MK9 for the MK6, which is a lot more trouble. And not something I really want to do on stream anyway. It just takes too much time, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But I'll give it some thought, and if I decide to do it, I'll make an announcement on the Discord, and we'll try that. But otherwise, I hope everybody has a happy New Year. And unless you're already there, in which case, Happy New Year already. But let's hope 2023 brings us cool things, like a new pump. But until then, I will, like I said, I'll probably be. My plan is U-Beat next, and we'll see where we go from there. I don't know if I might sneak something in between this and U-Beat, but we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully I'll be back, in the coming week, in the first week of the new year, with something or other. But yeah. Pro 1 and 2 and Double X. I would love to do them. Just not ready. But if I get a chance, I will come back to Pump. Don't worry. I'm deciding today to not wait up for them, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on. But that doesn't mean that I can't come back. So, if I get the opportunity to do those, I certainly will. But other than that, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and blah blah, and and a happy New Year. And I'll see you all in 2023. So until then, take care. See you next time. Bye 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 bye.
Why don't you just get up and dance, man?